Right, to stay with that story that's breaking, of course, the release of the matric results is now expected to take place next week, either Monday or Tuesday. Umalusi expressing its concern over security breaches in matric exams. However, the quality assurance body has approved the release of the 2025 end-of-year examination result. The Basic Education Department has meanwhile committed to tightening security around exams to preserve their integrity. Let's unpack this further. Education activist Hendrick Makaneta joins us now. Hendrick, good to have you, and thank you very much for your time. The human factor, again, coming in and making its appearance in this particular leakage. I mean, what can be done about that human factor?
Well, quite honestly, there is a need for the Department of Basic Education to strengthen its oversight mechanisms, just as they've done recently in the Mackin Center, but also to ensure that they put all of these exam papers safe, so that we don't see the recurrence of the challenge that's seen recently, particularly within the staff that is tasked with the responsibility of keeping these papers safe.
Umalusi saying a tighter monitoring and security protocol, particularly around the computers or the devices that officials would be using to ensure that whatever movement happens inside those electronic devices is tracked and monitored.
Exactly. Tracking is very much necessary in this case, because it has become very clear that we can no longer trust even the officials who have actually signed a pledge that they will themselves with the highest degree of integrity. And I think that even amongst the learners, there is still a need, to take them through, programs. Signing a pledge alone is not enough. I think that there is really a need for schools to take these learners through so that they can be able to understand the consequences of cheating in exams.
A possibility of not being able to write any exam in the country for a year or two, do you think that is enough deterrent for the learners?
I think that is enough deterrent. Remember that by the time they go back again to write, which is the third year, most of their peers will probably be completing their degrees or their post-matric qualifications in a wide range of institutions of higher learning. Some of them will be in the workplace already, in various programs. So it is definitely a deterrent to ensure that they are not going to be able to write for the next 2 years.
Now, for the entire assessment, I mean, from a point of view of a stakeholder in this particular process, how do you feel about the quality of what would the various institutions and role players kept up in terms of standards?
Well, from what the minister said, it has become clear, along with Umalusi, the fact that those learners who conducted themselves with
dignity
and fairness will obviously not be affected, which means that the quality of their matric certificates will not be questionable. So the only problem, of course, would be those who are found wanting, only those learners who have been found, in Pretoria. Those are the ones who will be affected. So the entire exam will be treated with integrity. That is why it is for this reason that on Monday, the minister will be able to release the results.
Hendrick Makaneta, appreciate your time. That's education activist there, Hendrick Makaneta, responding, of course, to the release of those matric results.